KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, marking 175 years of impact and inspiration, we'll share how Family Resources is celebrating with a night of fundraising and community spirit.
Plus, several upcoming events are planned at Niabi Zoo, marking completed renovations and updates to animal enclosures. We'll take a closer look.
And the Idea Factory. Big ideas, bold conversations, and a chance to be part of the dialogue. We'll preview these interactive panels happening during this week's Alternating Currents Festival. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Thursday, August 14th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
I'm Kyle Keel. It's here. Alternating Currents. It's finally underway, and of course, as we've been previewing all week long, it's the four-day festival celebrating music, art, comedy, film, and so much more here in the Quad Cities.
Yes, and one of the performers is local singer-songwriter Tim Stopp, who is ready to light up the stage at a couple of locations this Friday. So tomorrow, Tim Stopp is joining us now in the studio today to talk more about his music and what we can expect during Alternating Currents. Thank you for being here.
Are you kidding me? Thank you guys. This is exciting for me.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're not scary.
Just the start of an exciting weekend.
That's exactly right.
It really is. And so speaking of, you've got two performances lined up for tomorrow, for Friday. So tell us about them. Where are they happening? When are they happening? What can we expect?
Yeah, so I'm playing the Great River Brewery with my band. All the guys are coming in from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow afternoon. And then we get to do the Last Picture House Rooftop.
Very cool.
Which we're especially excited about at 8 p.m. Haven't played music there, but I've watched movies there, and it seems like an awesome place to
Probably
be.
the same. It's like the exact same
Right,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, going on that topic, these are obviously different venues than what you're probably used to. So how do you prepare differently than maybe a traditional venue where you play your music?
You know, one of the good things about being the kind of band we are and the size band we are, we've played just about every venue you could possibly think of, people's backyards. Doesn't really matter. We're pretty comfortable just feeling things out, and hopefully the crowd is engaged, and we have a set written, which is actually not always the case. We have a set ready for the show tomorrow, and hopefully we can just rock it straight through. That's our plan.
I bet you'll
love
do
hearing that. You guys just wing it half the time. So speaking of, tell us a little bit about just the evolution of your music career. I heard you refer to Chicago just now, so you've obviously spent some time there. Yeah,
so I moved to Chicago early on, kind of like just to work my chops up. There's a great music scene there, and I met a ton of musicians. Ended up a few years ago moving back here because we have just too many kids now, and Chicago is not as good for that. So we kind of split time. We don't split time, but my band's in Chicago. I'm here.
Okay.
And yeah, we started off there, played a lot of bar gigs and things.
Yeah.
Got a chance to just meet a lot of people, work hard on the music, and did some touring over the years. A lot less of that now because of family duties.
Yeah, I feel that.
So we're just even more excited for the shows this weekend because just don't get to do it as much anymore.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, and to do it in your hometown area, I mean, that has to be a great feeling.
It is good. A lot of my family will show up. That is I'll probably get heckled.
Is that a
double-edged
situation?
Support.
It's also
it's good and bad, but no, we love the Quad Cities, especially AC. It's such a cool festival. Like it's almost like the start of a South by Southwest thing here in the Quad Cities. So to be a part of it is definitely special.
Yeah.
It really is. So I want to hear a little bit about your album, Silver Lining.
Yes. So Silver Lining was the last record that we released. It was actually the only self-produced record that I've done. Was fortunate enough to get Keith Carlock on the drums. He's a legend in the drum world. He's with Steely Dan, and he's played with Mayer and all these great artists, and he did an amazing job. Released that, it's been over a year now, but didn't get to tour on it properly, so any chance we get to put the songs on stage, we're excited about it. And then today I'll play for you guys the title track called Silver Lining, which is one of my favorites off the album. It's I can tell you a little bit about it.
I was going to say,
we would love to hear about it. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of, it sounds like a cliche, but it's the theme of the song is that no matter how bad things get, how bleak things look, there's always something to hold on for. And yeah, it sounds cliche, but I found that everywhere I go, there's somebody that needs to hear that. So I'm particularly excited and proud of this song because people have connected with it in a way that I was not expecting, honestly.
That is wonderful to hear. And you've spoken about your sweet family. You've got 4 children. So how has that family kind of maybe impacted your perspective as it continues to grow and being a musician?
Yeah, it's a great question. It has in a big way. I look at my jobs these days are husband number 1, father number 2, and then when I have time for everything else, you know, where that fits in, I do it. So yeah, music has taken a bit of a backseat for me, which is not something I foresaw 10 years ago, right?
Of course not. Yeah.
And it's been a beautiful thing to kind of undergo. And as much as I missed touring all the time, I wouldn't. You know, obviously
trade it.
It's something else, isn't it?
Really
nothing like fatherhood and being a good husband, that's for sure. Yeah. So obviously we have Alternating Currents here this weekend. You've got your performances coming up. So any projects on the music side of things beyond that?
We have, you know, shows here and there for the rest of the year. We're hoping to do a bit more touring next year, and then I am in the process of writing, and I want to do another self-produced record, but it's nothing like
this is beginning stages.
Yes.
Like we shouldn't be asking you when it's coming out or anything like that.
Give us all the details.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you right now. Sorry, guys.
That's wonderful. So you just spoke about Silver Lining, which is the title track on your album, and that's what you're playing for us here today.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay, well, wonderful. We'll let you get set up and we'll get out of the way.
Take it away.
Thank you.
Like this, you finally get a chance to be yourself now. Sing all your favorite songs, do your crazy dance along, you're free. Look at it like this, in a little while you meet that new somebody. All the songs you do and the dance are crazy too, you'll see. Don't you know that it's true? There's still a silver lining there for you. Can't you see it too? The brightest silver lining around you. How you're free to see the world, you're free to find you something feeling good. Ooh, so take your silver lining and go off somewhere shining like you should, yeah. Look at it like this, you're finally gonna find out who your friends are. The ones you want around are the ones that are around right now. Look at it like this, deep down you know it's probably meant to be. Yeah. And you'll find that tunnel's end, your best days are ahead now. Don't you know that it's true? Still a silver lining there for you. Can't you see it too? The brightest silver lining around you. Like how you're free to see the world, you're free to find you something feeling good. So take your silver lining and go off somewhere shining like you should. Don't you know that it's true? Still a silver lining there for you. Can't you see it too? The brightest silver lining around you. So go be what you wanna be. Go live the life you've always dreamed you would. Yeah. And take this silver lining and go off somewhere shining like you should. Hey, now won't you take your silver lining somewhere shining like it should.
Very nicely done. Tim Stopp.
Yeah.
Very great song, very great message as well. You can catch Tim Stopp performances this Friday live. He's going to be at the Great River Brewery at 5 p.m. and then he'll be on the rooftop at the Last Picture House starting at 8 p.m. Tim, thank you so much, and good luck. Have fun this weekend. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And we are continuing our Alternating Currents takeover after the break with a preview of The Idea Factory, a series of panel discussions ranging in topic from the world of cigars to the history of beer. That's coming up next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
The Alternating Currents Festival is a place where big ideas take center stage, and this year the Idea Factory is back with a series of thought-provoking panel discussions designed to spark curiosity, challenge perspectives, and of course connect our community in new ways. Joining us now with what to expect at this year's festival is Andrea Olson. Andrea, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much for being here today. So I was reading all about it. Now, the Idea Factory, I knew these panel discussions had been going on for some time. So this specifically, you started hosting these panel discussions back in 2019, correct?
Yes,
so
we did.
What kind of sparked the initiative, the desire to do that?
You know, we felt like there was a need for a platform for really diving into some of the talent and kind of microcultures that exist in the community. And there was really no format to do that. And we thought that, you know, a panel format, a discussion format, something that would give exposure to some of these new ideas and things that people are doing in the community was really critical to happen.
Yeah. So is that where the partnership with Alternating Currents came about? I mean, how did that evolve, and why did you feel like this type of festival was a really great thing to have this, you know, panel discussion type of thing be involved in?
Yeah, we felt this was a perfect fit. I mean, we reached out to the Alternating Currents team and said, hey, what about this kind of humanities type of element, right? Yes. You have music, you have comedy, you have film, but what about talking about different cultures and talking about different elements of people that have talent and knowledge in areas that we haven't had a chance to really explore? And so they said yes, and we've been partners with them ever since.
Yeah, it just somehow just naturally fits. It's like it's meant to be, and that kind of takes me to my next point. So this is all a nonprofit. So what we're speaking about right now, and as you spoke about, you know, really devoted to celebrating new ideas, emerging voices. How do you balance all of that, which is so important, with the entertainment aspect, which is like we're doing this important work, but we're having fun at the same time?
Well, I mean, education has to have an element of entertainment, right? I mean, that's the way that you really engage with it. That's the way that you get questions and dialogue going, and that's the way you remember new things. So we always try to have an interactive element in everything we do, and we really want to make sure that the audience is participating, and it's much more of a discussion and kind of a curiosity-based thing rather than kind of a one-way dialogue.
Yeah, and it's not like somebody is just presenting to you.
I mean, how boring is that?
Well, you know, speaking of, because you organize really cool events here in the Quad Cities that I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with. If you didn't know that Andrea had a major hand in that, the TEDx events here in the Quad Cities that are incredibly popular. So we've got some photos on the screen of what that looks like, but how does that experience of yours kind of complement what you're doing here throughout Alternating Currents?
Yeah, so TEDx is, you know, our event is an officially licensed event. So TED has a lot of rules that you have to follow.
Sure.
You can't have panels, you can't have fireside chats, you can't have debates. It's just a single person on stage doing a one-directional presentation. Yeah. So we kind of took the strengths of that program and said, you know, what are the requirements to have a great idea, a unique topic, something that is going to engage the audience and get things going and get people really connected. And then we really just applied that methodology to what we do with Idea Factory.
Yeah.
And we just expanded it because we don't have the restrictions that TED puts upon us.
Okay, well, I want to talk a little bit more about the topics. So when you are selecting topics, kind of what criteria do you look at to go, this is something that's going to be not only very thought-provoking for people, but also it's going to draw people in and make them want to talk about it as well.
Right, right. It's not something that we want to be an infomercial, right? It has to be something that, does the mainstream have missing knowledge about this? Is there some kind of insider intel that, you know, experts could share and talk about? And then two, is it entertaining and educational, right? It has to have both of those components. And then what talent do we have in the community, in the region, that we can draw from to speak to these ideas? So we try to use those three criteria.
And and I think you hit the nail on the head with all of them. I mean, looking, you know, at what you have planned for Saturday, it's going to be a lot of fun. But quickly, I want to talk more about audience participation, because once again, there's a dialogue here. So how important is it to have folks that are willing to really participate?
Oh, I think it's critical. I mean, we want people coming that have curiosity on a topic, right? We want people that are going to come with questions. We've talked about a lot of different things, sometimes even sensitive topics, that we've had audiences ask genuine questions they feel like they probably couldn't have asked in a different format.
Really,
right? There's a different setting that they couldn't have done that. So we really want it to be welcoming. We want you to bring that curiosity, and don't hesitate to ask those questions. And honestly, in certain cases, sometimes free samples is always a benefit too. So, for the beer and the cocktail folks.
Well, exactly. And so quickly, I just kind of wanted to go over what those topics are going to be, and I've got them here on my screen. But the first one is the smoke show.
Yes.
So that is about tobacco. It's about the world of cigars, and I know we have some experts here in the Quad Cities.
Yes,
that can
we
speak
do.
To that.
Yes, we do. The folks from the drawing room are coming over. They're going to have all different types of cigars, talking about the history of cigars, how they're made, how to pair them with different drinks and food, how to really appreciate it, how to make a good selection in a cigar, and a little bit about the cigar culture. So it's something that maybe you've, of course, heard of cigars, but you really don't know enough to dive in.
Yeah. So we've got all three of them on the screen right now. So that's at 11 a.m. on Saturday at the Last Picture House. 1 p.m. is about beer. So it's a deep pour. I like how you put that into beer's roots and styles, and the QC brewing boom. We know craft breweries are just like such a big deal here in the Quad Cities, so we know we've got experts when it comes to that. And then at 4:30 p.m., Whiskey, Rye, and Rivers, the Quad Cities whiskey story.
Yes.
So all really fun topics that I feel are really in keeping with the mood that, you know, will be already happening because of the music and the art and everything going on.
Exactly, exactly. We wanted to fit in perfectly and really just complement what Alternating Currents is about, and bring a little bit, as Tim said, you know, the little South by Southwest kind of flavor. And a lot of that is going to be these types of panels and programs.
Yeah, there's a whole lot going on. So you have those three opportunities coming up in just a couple of days. On Saturday, of course, make sure that you download the app, because that is what's going to make sure that you don't miss anything like that. Andrea, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. It was a great time.
It should be a fabulous weekend. And still to come on QCL, growing our financial knowledge with some advice from an expert. Our financial moment with Heidi is coming up next. Well, it is something we all need to have, but many of us don't fully understand it. We're talking about our car insurance, and when it comes to protecting yourself and others on the road, liability coverage is key. It is now time for our financial moment with Heidi Hueskamp-Collins. Heidi, welcome back to the show.
It's good to be here.
It's so good to have you. So another really informative topic, of course. I love the topics that you pick because they really do pertain to most, if not all people, at least at some point in their lives. This one especially. Car insurance is a topic that we all need to know about.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of exciting. Hueskamp-Collins has started selling insurance, including home and auto.
Wonderful.
So
Good
we're
news.
going to be starting a whole series talking about auto insurance and then home insurance.
That's wonderful. Okay, great. So any questions that you have are obviously going to get answered here every time that we see Heidi. Liability insurance, it is mandatory in most states.
In most states. The only states that are not mandatory for this kind of coverage are New Hampshire and Virginia. And in those states, you have to prove that you have enough assets or monetary holdings to pay bills in case somebody gets hurt.
Okay. So today we're specifically talking about liability insurance, and you mentioned that there are 3 buckets.
Right. So that's the easiest way to think of it.
Okay.
So the first bucket for liability insurance, so liability means that you caused the accident.
Okay.
Okay. So the first bucket is for injuries, medical injuries or deaths per person if you cause an accident.
Okay.
The second bucket is for total amount for that accident of injury expenses and death expenses.
Okay.
And then the third bucket is for property damage.
Okay.
So that could be to another car, obviously, or it could be to a structure like a fence or a garage or, you know, a wall or something.
Okay, and so those 3 buckets that you're talking about, this is something that is something that we can see anytime it's on our policy?
Yeah, absolutely. So what you'll see on your policy, and I know you've seen this, but maybe you wouldn't understand what it
Yeah,
meant.
I don't think I'm alone there. I think a lot of people look at it and they go, okay, like, how much do I have to pay you? You know?
Exactly.
And they don't quite fully understand.
So you're going to see 3 numbers. The first one is the per person.
Okay.
And you'll see, like, I'm just going to make this up.
Sure.
So it could be 10. So that would mean that you have $10,000 per person coverage for medical expenses in case you hurt some,
okay.
you know, hit a car or something else.
Okay.
And there are passengers inside. And then there's going to be a slash. And then the second number is the second bucket, which is the per occurrence for all the passengers. And let's pretend that's 20.
Okay.
So it's $10,000 per person, $20,000 per occurrence in case there's 2 or more people in the car.
Okay.
And then there'll be another slash, and then there'll be a third number. And let's just pretend that's 10. That means that there's $10,000 available that you're paying for property damage.
Okay.
So just to kind of explain that, you know, I want to talk about the middle number per occurrence.
Yeah.
So let's pretend that you hit a car and there are 3 passengers in that car who are injured.
Okay.
The first person has medical insurance for $5,000. The second one has medical expenses of $5,000, and the third one has medical expenses of $5,000. If your number is 10, then you're going to have to, but the medical expenses total were 15.
Yeah.
You have to pay $5,000 out of pocket.
Out of pocket.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you for explaining that. And hopefully none of us find ourselves in that situation.
Yes.
But we have Heidi if sadly that does happen. So minimum amounts of insurance that you need then to just be driving in Iowa or Illinois.
Right. This is mandated by every state.
Okay.
You know, except for New Hampshire and Virginia.
Yeah.
So if you live in the state of Illinois, your minimum limits are $25,000 per person for injuries.
Okay.
$50,000 per occurrence for all passengers, and $20,000 for property damage.
Okay.
So that's Illinois.
Okay.
If you live in the state of Iowa, you have to at least buy the following limits: $20,000 per person, $40,000 per occurrence, and $15,000 for property.
Okay.
So it's lower in Iowa.
It is. Okay, yeah, very much so, lower. Okay, well, Heidi can obviously help with any type of practical advice like what we're talking about today. But as you already know, she can also help advise you when it comes to some major financial milestones in your life. So if you just want to learn more, you can always visit her on the web at hhcinvestments.net. And a reminder, we would love for you to go back and see all of our segments together. We've done quite a few. Just visit kwqc.com and click the link for Quad Cities Live, and there you will find Heidi Hugheskamp Collins. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to hearing more.
Okay.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank you
Morgan.
so much. Still to come in our second half hour, a celebration 175 years in the making. We'll share how Family Resources is marking this milestone with a night of fun, fundraising, and community impact. And later, snow damage repairs are finally complete at Niabi Zoo. We'll show you what's new, along with details on some of the wild events planned for September. For 175 years, Family Resources has been a steadfast source of support, hope, and healing for people right here in our community. And this year, they're marking that incredible milestone with their largest annual fundraiser, Diamonds and Denim. Joining us with more is Nicole Sisney-Durbin, President and CEO of Family Resources. Nicole, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
I
you for
love
being
coming.
here. We love having you here in the studio with us. 175 years. is I was wowed by that. I had not realized how long Family Resources had been here, part of the community. So what does it mean for you to kind of, you know, be at the helm of this wonderful team that's marking this, you know, amazing milestone?
Yeah. Well, I've been there for 18 years.
That's
which is also a really long time, right? But
You're
not
one
in
of
that
the
context.
first people that I ever interviewed when I first started working here.
I remember that.
At Family
You drug
Resource.
your camera over at our Moline office. I was like, look at her with her camera.
Yep. So yeah, I know it. You've just been here forever.
Yeah.
And you've seen it all.
It's just such a profound privilege, right? To lead our team and to be a part of such an incredible mission and organization. We have such a wide impact on such a wide variety of people.
Yeah.
You know, the services that we offer can impact anybody, right?
Yeah.
Because the issues we address could happen to anyone. More than likely, those of you watching at home know somebody who could benefit from our services.
Yes.
Or have, and you just don't realize it.
You're so absolutely right. I think that's something that we reiterate every time that we do a segment with Family Resources, which of course we try and have you all on monthly because there is so much to talk about. And I always like to say that. If you're watching right now and you think you don't know anybody that has needed these services, you probably do.
Right.
And you just may not realize it. So I won't make you go through everything, but talk a little bit about that, the variety of services that you offer folks here.
So we have an array of services in the areas of mental health. We do care coordination through our coordinated assessment program and survivor services, which offer services 24/7 crisis advocacy, counseling, shelter to victims and survivors of sexual assault, domestic violence, homicide, and any violent crime, including sex and labor trafficking. So that's a really wide bucket of services right there. And then we also offer services for child welfare. So we help folks who want to be foster and adoptive parents or kids who age out of foster care and don't have a forever home. We ensure that they have the support that they need.
Yeah, you and the entire team do so much here in our community, so we want to celebrate.
Yes.
We want to celebrate Family Resources. We want to celebrate all of you. 175 years. So this event coming up, it's Diamonds and Denim. It is Thursday, August 28th, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Waterfront Convention Center there in Bettendorf. So it's a nice big space. So tell us about it. What's the plan for the event? Who can go to the event?
Well, anyone can come to the event.
Oh, good.
We still have tickets. Go to our website, please, www.famres.org. We would love to have you. I'm wearing denim because it's going to be a casual but fun event. So we will absolutely have more information about our services. We're going to unveil our new video for our agency talking about our services. We'll have folks there discussing the impact that our services have made, and it'll just be a really good time. It's not going to be stuffy, not that we don't love a good stuffy event, but this one is going to be just full of celebrations.
Your Family Resources knows how to throw a party.
We try.
Yeah, you sure do. It's always a lot of fun, and it's important that it's that way because this is what your largest fundraiser, I believe we said. So proceeds go toward all kinds of things. You just discuss the services there. You never know what's going to come up.
Right.
So it's important to have that fund in place.
And the work that we do is so hard. It can be so traumatizing, and the folks that do the work carry a lot with them. So to have a night that's just filled with hope and resilience and, again, fun is a great way to celebrate, especially 175 years.
Yes, absolutely. So there's going to be food. There's going to be what you would expect as far as, silent auction items and raffle items. Before we run out of time with you, though, you touched on this. There will be a time for client stories. Why do you feel like it's so important to make sure that we at least touch on that?
Yeah. So what's so interesting, like I said earlier, you never know who needs the services. So I think it's really important when folks do hear from clients who are ready to share their stories, right? I don't want to ever ask anyone to share their story if they're not ready. But it really hits home for folks. They realize that could be me, or that could be my neighbor, or that could be my friend. And what's important is it's not just about the direct people that are served, but people knowing that the services are available. So if they ever encounter somebody that needs help,
they can point them in the right direction.
They can point them in the right direction. So we make everybody an advocate when we educate folks about the services that we offer.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Diamonds and Denim. Okay, so it's coming up, celebrating the 175 years of resiliency at Family Resources. Thursday, August 28th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Waterfront Convention Center. Again, that is in Bettendorf on State Street. You can purchase individual tickets, you can purchase an entire table. Just visit the upcoming events page on the Family Resources website to buy those tickets. And if you just want to learn more in general, Nicole, thank you so much for joining us today, and good luck. It sounds like it's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Yes, absolutely. Get my denim out.
Yeah.
And my diamonds. Do I have any diamonds? I probably don't. Okay, still to come on QCL. From animal-made artwork to craft beer at the zoo, we are previewing the creative and cultural events coming to Niabi next month.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
From new exhibits to unique events, there's always something exciting happening at Niabi Zoo.
Yeah, renovations from heavy snow damage nearly 2 years ago are finally complete, and the zoo is ready to welcome guests to some truly creative and cultural experiences. So here to give us all the details is Niabi Zoo Director Lee Jackson. Lee, welcome back to the show.
Hello.
Yes, great to have you here. And of course, I was out there a couple of weeks ago as you were finishing up those renovations because, let's see, that was about 20 months ago. 2 feet of snow in like a week and a half period. I mean, that did a lot of damage. Yeah, that did a lot of damage at the zoo.
It's hard to believe 20 months and $2.5 million later,
Yeah.
we've completely fixed everything. And we've brought it back bigger and better than it ever was. So we're really excited to be able to welcome people back out and see the entire finished product.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit, we're looking at the damage video right now. I remember when this happened. So tell us a little bit about that comeback process and some of the improvements that you were able to make because of it.
Well, you can tell from these pictures it was dramatic. And so the first day or two we were just in shock. And so we, after that, we just took a deep breath and just started planning on what we're going to do. And then we went through the process of hiring engineers, getting some drawings done, making plans. And these are some of the things that we had planned on doing anyway. As a matter of fact, that following spring, we were going to redo one of the cat yards, and we were going to do one a year until they were all done. But then the snow came, and it's like, well, I guess we have to speed that up.
Speed up that timeline a little bit.
Yeah, and so now, like you said, things are back bigger than ever. So what are some things that people are going to immediately notice with some of these renovations?
The big cat exhibits are twice as high as they were. We don't have the chain link anymore. It's a state-of-the-art stainless steel mesh, and it's almost invisible when you look at it. As a matter of fact, when you're about 50 feet away from the cats,
it seems like they're right there.
You can't really tell that they're in it. So
that's an experience.
Yes, it's a fabulous new exhibit, and it gives us room to grow trees and things like that in the exhibit that we were never able to before. So
yeah, it's very exciting. I was telling my daughter this morning, I was working on this segment, you know, writing it up and everything, and I said, I'm, you know, Niabi Zoo we're going to have, and she goes, you're going to the zoo? And she goes, will you take me? And I'm like, oh, no,
you gotta go.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, they're going to be here. So it is such a beloved space, is my point in saying all of that. And so it's nice to see that you have all been able to do things to get it back to where you want it. It took some community support as well.
Lots of fantastic community support. We couldn't have done it without the people of the Quad Cities.
Oh, yeah, that's
of course.
good.
Yeah, a lot of support all throughout the years. And one place you have to stop before you head out of the zoo is the gift shop.
Yes.
Because you've got some new things that we're going to show off here today, and some artwork from zoo animals that actually goes for a good cause when you sell those pieces of art.
Exactly. What you see here, and back up a little bit, you may not know that we've been involved in conservation work in Paraguay for a number of years. So one of our conservation partners works with a wonderful indigenous group, the Umbe Guarani in Paraguay, and they're the largest indigenous group in the country. And they produce this incredible artwork.
Yeah,
and
it's beautiful.
It is beautiful,
It's an impoverished community. So what we like to do is, what we wanted to do was to sell these in our gift shop and bring some really neat, fun things to the people of Quad Cities in our gift shop and help a local community. So, as you can see, these are some wonderful carvings that are
very
down there.
intricate too.
And then and proceeds benefit them.
Proceeds benefit
this
them.
Group.
Yes, exactly.
I love that, and I love when you have, you know, a gift shop that offers something that is unique like this, that really does like make something. There's a story behind it. So whether it's for yourself in your home or it's a gift to somebody else, it is so much more meaningful than something that's so mass produced. So it's nice that you can find that there. And then, as Kyle alluded to, we've got these canvases and this art artwork here. You actually have several animal art shows coming up, and when we say animal art shows, we mean it. Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
These are their creations.
Yes, these are all made by the animals with some help from their keepers.
Of course, of course.
But and we have porcupines. We have
So cute. I can just imagine them walking
leopard.
across.
Yeah.
It's like right there. I just love that.
I think these are otters here. And so for the first 3 weekends in September, we have our annual animal art show and sale.
This is this is adorable.
Lose it.
Yes.
Look at your screen, everyone. This is so they just like throw some paint down. Their keepers throw paint down, and they just walk on it.
Varies with species to species.
Sure,
We
okay.
actually have, in some of the animals, we have specially designed brushes that the animals actually hold.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
That is so cute.
And these pieces are for sale as well.
Yes, these are for sale in our gift shop, but for the first three weekends in September, we have a huge variety of pieces that are created throughout the year that are offered for sale.
What an amazing thing.
Yes.
Another an awesome gift for the animal lover in your life. Always something going on at Niabi.
Yes.
If you want to learn more about what's happening there, from animal art shows to a Pints event that is coming up, this is a big fundraiser for Niabi Zoo, and it is a ton of fun. Zoo After Hours. You can check out a calendar online. Just head to niabizoo.com for all that information. Lee Jackson, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's been a ton of fun. Yes, we
Yeah, gotta get out to the zoo and check out all the upgrades. That's for sure. All right, well, coming up, it is Thursday, which means it's time for us to share our throwbacks of the week. So we'll talk about that coming up next.
Coming up Friday on QCL, America's Got Talent is casting for its next season. We'll get details on the opportunities to meet a producer from the show at Alternating Currents.
Plus, the Geneseo Farmers Market has been around for more than 2 decades. We'll take a closer look at what makes it so special. That and much more on a Friday edition of Quad Cities Live here at 3 o'clock.
Yes, it is Thursday, which means it is time for our Throwback Thursday. We will start with you because we almost picked the same one.
We did. So normally we're just all rushing around and getting our last-minute throwbacks in, so we don't really talk about it, but I asked her before the show, and I was like, oh, I'm just going back to last year because I was looking through my memories, and last year we had this woman, Paula Sands, on the show because we were promoting her documentary that KWQC produced that was shown at the Last Picture House during Alternating Currents. So that kind of teases. Claire and Owen. Owen was our old director who's on to Bigger and Better Things now, just recently engaged as well. So congratulations to him. But yeah, we had Paul on the show talking about that documentary, which now our new documentary about Alternating Currents, that airs tonight on KWQC.
At 9.
And then you can see that Sunday afternoon at the Last Picture House as well. So we'll see what documentary we have next year for Alternating Currents.
Very cool. I remember being very nervous before we interviewed her because that may have been the first time that we had interviewed Paula. And she's obviously like, you can ask her 2 questions and she'll take it away. She makes your job easy, that's for sure.
Exactly.
So my throwback is actually kind of, I guess, pertinent. So 2019, they still do this festival called Sweat Stock, and it's all Sweat Productions. So basically, it's this incredible musician, Alan Sweet, and his entire team, and they put together these really cool festivals. So Darby was one, and they asked me if I would perform in it with the band, so they got like a bunch of random people like me. So there I'm on stage, and there's Darby with her little bald spot. Yeah, and I sang, and that was in 2019, and I dragged her with me in her little bell bottoms, and it was so much fun, and it just seemed pertinent because it was August of 2019, and now we have Alternating Currents.
I'm going to make you sing for the America's Got Talent producer tomorrow.
We'll see about that. See if that happens. Not going to happen. Thank you so much for watching.
News at 4 is next.